I tried again and I think it's working without the code.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, we're live streaming. All right, here we go.
It's Your God Call with Reverend Bill.
A friend and I were looking at one of those motivational posters, a picture of an airplane that said, "Your altitude is determined by your attitude." My friend, who's a pilot, said, "Actually, your altitude is determined by your airspeed." And I thought about that, and it's true metaphysically as well. Yes, our attitude is very important, and without the right attitude, nothing good is going to happen. But we need to keep moving. The idea, like the Quakers say, is to pray and move your feet. Attitude, altitude, and airspeed are going to get us to our destination.
Hark how the bells, sweet silver bells, all seem to say, throw cares away. Christmas is here, bringing good cheer to young and old, meek and the bold. Ding dong, that is the song with joyful ring, all caroling. One seems to hear words of good cheer from everywhere, filling the air. All howling loud, raising the sound over the gale, telling their tale. Daily the ring, all people sing songs of good cheer. Christmas is here. Merry, 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 merry Christmas. Merry, merry, merry. Merry, 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 merry Christmas. On they send, on without end, their joyful tone to every home. Hark how the bells, sweet silver bells, all seem to say, throw cares away. Christmas is here, bringing good cheer to young and old, meek and the bold. Words of good cheer from everywhere, filling the air. All howling loud, raising the sound over the gale, telling their tale. Daily the ring, all people sing songs of good cheer. Christmas is here. Merry, 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 merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry, 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 merry Christmas. On they send, on without end, their joyful tone to every home. To every home. To every home.
Thank you, Ginger. And good morning, New Thought, Philadelphia. Good morning. We are here at the Falzer Club. It's the first Sunday of the month instead of the second Sunday of the month, which we normally do, because the Falzer Club had space for us on the first Sunday and not the second Sunday. Sort of one of those manger things, I think, that we're working on. We're talking about 'Tis the Season today. Ginger Coyle, doing our music, is going over the top with seasonal sorts of things, which I'm very happy about. You guys on Zoom know the rules. Keep yourself muted, except when you're going to be sharing. You guys in the room, if you don't know how to be polite while somebody's talking, it's too late to teach you now. Let's start with a joyful noise. Go ahead and unmute if you're on Zoom. Repeat after me. I open myself to love.
I open myself to love.
I open myself to joy.
I open myself to joy.
I open myself to the wonders of the season.
I open myself to the wonders of the season.
I know love is right here, right now.
I know love is right here, right now.
And so it is.
So it is.
Go ahead and mute yourself one more time as I remind you that New Thought Philadelphia is an open and loving community of spiritual adventurers, welcoming each person to experience their divine nature in an empowering space of unconditional love. Whatever brought you to our celebration today, wherever you're heading next, we have been expecting you. And welcome home. We believe there's one power, love, intelligence, or force that creates everything, including each of us, and that we're each using that same power, love, intelligence, or force to create our lives according to our beliefs. The way we like to say it around here, and you can say it with me if you'd like. Your new life begins with a new thought. If you have extra electronic devices and you're in the room, turn it on shush for the next hour or so it doesn't disturb anybody. If you've got one at home that you can turn off, or just to prove that you can, go ahead and do that as well. I'm Bill Marchiony, the spiritual director at New Thought Philadelphia. Our music today is by the soulful Ginger Coyle. We've got a couple of practitioners here. Breen is going to lead us in a meditation in a little bit. And right now, Joe is going to start us the way we start everything, with a practical prayer. Joe Catanzaro?
Good morning, everyone. Take a breath, settle in, and know with me. Let's focus on our connection. We're connected by that one. It created us. We each use that same power because that one lives in us, flows through us, is us, and functions as us. We just opened ourselves, as Bill recommended, to opened ourselves to joy and opened ourselves to love. Open up a little more. Let a little more in. We're energetically connected. Whether you're on Zoom, whether you're here in the room, imagine us all connected by a circle of light. I like the color purple. That light flows between each and every one of us. That's the energy of the one. So everything we do here today comes from that. And we are raising more love, more joy, more hope, more connection, more good in whatever form you like. Abundance, prosperity, more love, more connections, more peace, more harmony. Anything you can imagine, and then some. Everything we do here today makes that flow even wider. So for all of this good, I'm grateful. I allow it, I accept it, and I claim it for each one here. And I'll release my word to the law that always says yes, and so it is.
Thank you, Joe Catanzaro. And the reason that we do a prayer, a practical prayer, is because it changes the experience of life that we're having. So this is the time in the celebration where we get to share our stories of prayers working. It's what we call prayer works. Yeah. So, and I actually have a couple of them today. First off, Bobby and Courtney are here, and it's the first time we have seen you guys in forever. And it is wonderful to have you here. That's a little bit of a prayer work story for me. The other prayer work story that I have is, this is the first Sunday that we've been at Falzer while Benjamin has been our Zoom producer. And Benjamin is in Brazil. And he and Nate met each other this morning, 9:15, when we started talking. And the conversation turned to recording music in Brazil with the sounds of the birds outdoors, and how do you deal with that, and the technological ways that they deal with that. And that is so far beyond the conversations that we have had at New Thought Philadelphia before. And I'll talk about it during the talk. A lot of stuff got delayed and happened later, and it still all came together perfectly. So this is a prayer work story for me. All right, enough about me. Anybody else have a prayer work story that you'd like to share? Go ahead and wave your hand. Breen, come on up. Anybody on Zoom got one? You can raise your digital hand as well. Breen.
All right, so some time ago we did The Artist Way, an artist group, and that was kind of a prayer work story. I wanted to get more into creative expression, and my focus was writing. and acting and sort of performance. And then we had a challenge throughout the course. We challenged each other to do something you don't normally do. And I made a painting, and I'm not James the painter, I'm not a painter, but then I just found this excitement and love for painting. Who knew? But so I'm working on this series. I'm thinking of calling it Frankie Valley, because it's 4 pieces that represent one of each of the 4 seasons. So I was going to call it Frankie Valley. Boom. Got a rim shot on there? So anyway, one is winter, and I knew I wanted to make a frame for it very specifically out of old weathered wood that was kind of gray looking, but it had to be planks and it had to be certain sizes. And I'm like, well, I know I'm going to get it. So I went on Facebook Marketplace, and there was a post that was 18 weeks old of someone was getting rid of old fencing. And I'm like, hey, is this still available? She's like, yeah, sure, come and get it. So I went, Jane and I drove up to Cheltenham, and I got a bunch of old fencing from their shed, and I made the frame, and it looks great. So prayer works.
Prayer works. Is the painting done?
Is the painting done?
Is the painting done? Or the
Well,
paint?
it's not done until it's fully framed and gallery wrapped in paper on the back end, so no.
I was talking about the canvas is still blank or it's got stuff on it?
No, the canvas is done.
Okay, that's the done part that I was talking about. Okay. Prayer works. Okay, yeah, so if you don't have a prayer work story, then go ahead and pray about something this week and bring it back for next Sunday. Yeah, and actually, I'm going to get Breen to come right back around here and do the announcements. Anybody have a kazoo?
Oh, having too much fun. This cornucopia of information is on the website at newthoughtphilly.org. Sign up there for our weekly e-newsletter so we can keep in touch. Join one of our 15-minute meditations on Zoom. They happen twice every day and are fun, inspiring, and quick. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning this week are also on Insight Timer Live, and the Wednesday evening session is co-hosted with Anton. So you get some cool new people in there. The Practical Prayer podcast this week is Subliminal Influences with Carol and Rev Bill. Listen where you get your podcast or join the live recording sessions on New Thought Media Network on Monday at 1 p.m. Our class, Do Healing Like Jesus, is starting on January 9th. The instructions to create transformation and healing are hidden in plain sight. In this 4-week class, Reverend Bill brings them to light and helps you learn this timeless technique. Registration is now open. Our winter solstice celebration is on Friday, December 20th from 7 to 8:30 p.m. at the Friends Meeting in Marion. Ritual, meditation, and inspiration with live music by Emily Drinker and Sonic Yogi. Woo-hoo. Guess what?
What?
We're on social media. Yes. Instagram, Facebook, Insight Timer, and YouTube. Follow, subscribe, and like, share, and join the 1,968 spiritual adventurers in our group on meetup.com. I don't know if the number has changed. 438, that's not the right number. We are always grateful for your financial support. You can make a tax-deductible donation by Zelle, Cash App, check, PayPal, Venmo, credit, or debit card. Big shout out and a thank you to the team that makes our celebrations work and has fun doing it. Woohoo! This doesn't happen by itself. We get together before the celebration to put the pieces in order. Even on Zoom, we do that. To join the joy, contact our volunteer coordinator right there, volunteer@newthoughtphilly.org. Next Sunday is online with Today is the Day. Guest speaker, Reverend Dave Spock. Woo! Reminds us that we can't do anything yesterday or today, and explores how we can move past what holds us back to step into a new experience. Live original music by Deb Chamberlain. The Practitioners, it's me and Joe, Courtney and Jesus. Bill's one too. What are we doing? We're available for professional sessions by appointment. After celebration, Joe is available for a quick transformational miracle in a minute prayer. We will leave the Zoom meeting open after the celebration for casual conversation. Yay.
Thank you, Breen. Thank you, Breen. We have a special gift for people who are joining us for the second time. So it is a lovely pen and key light chain. Anybody here in the room for the second time? I think you guys have been here multiple times, yeah. And we also have a special blessing and a welcome packet for anybody who's joining us for the first time. So if there's anybody who's on Zoom for the first time, you can go ahead and wave your hand, or we kind of see who you are and know who you are. And I'm going to include Bobby and Courtney in this one, so you guys please just accept the blessing. The rest of us are going to rub our hands together, going to feel the warmth, going to send out the love. You are the bright lights of God's love. Thank you for shining that light and sharing that love with us today. And welcome home. So Ginger is going to do another seasonal number. And while she does, the folks in the room are going to go around and greet each other. And the folks on Zoom are welcome to go into gallery view or swipe amongst the images so that you can make eye contact with the people who you are in community with and greet each other as well. Ginger?
Just hear those sleigh bells jingling, ting, ting, tingling too. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Outside the snow is falling, friends are calling you. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Giddy up, let's go. Let's look at the show. We're riding in a wonderland of snow. Giddy up, it's grand. Just holding your hand. We're gliding along with the song of wintry fairyland. Our cheeks are nice and rosy, comfy, cozy are we. Cuddled up together like the birds of a feather would be. Let's take the road before us and sing us a chorus or two. It's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together. Lovely weather for a sleigh ride together. Lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you.
Almost makes it worth being 27 degrees this morning. Not quite. Not quite. Some people here just can't get enough of the hugging. There we go. Later. There we are. We are definitely huggers. We're going to do the Flames of Faith now. Jane had it exactly right. Jane is going to read the Flames of Faith, and Kathy is going to light the Flames of Faith, and everybody's going to appreciate the Flames of Faith.
Okay. Here we go. Okay. We perform this ceremony to acknowledge that all people and all faiths come from the one power, love, intelligence, which we call Spirit or God. We honor the richness that comes from our shared diversity and bless the interwoven energy of the divine feminine and masculine. We light the first candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the second candle for the earth-based traditions honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light the third candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the fourth candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the fifth candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the sixth candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the seventh candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. We light the eighth candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the ninth candle for all forms of New Thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. As we light the healing candle, please put silently into the light the names of anyone or any place you wish to have experienced the healing flame of God's eternal love.
Blessed be. The reading today seems to be from a Melody Beatty book, but I didn't find out ahead of time what it is, and Nia is going to come up and reveal for us. The magic of being in the room, you can see over somebody's shoulder that it says Beatty, and I said, I know who that is.
All right. The reading is called Cherish Your Connection to the Universe. My relationship with the universe used to be different. I felt separate, apart, disconnected from the rest of the world. My vision of God used to be different too. I used to see God as sitting on a throne, separate and apart from this world. I still see God as the supreme creative force, but the separateness is melting, changing, transforming into something new. Now I see God, the energy of God, and divine love as a part of all that is, the breath of life in every living thing. I used to see the world as made up of individual and separate components. I used to see people as disconnected and essentially powerless in a world separated from God. Each thing, person, in action, a distinctly different operation or event from any other, from the whole. Now I see a planet full of people connected to the divine. Now I see a universe connected by a divine thread that weaves throughout all that is, was, and will be. A living universe that is alive, magical, connected by universal love, connected by divine love. Enter into a relationship with the universe, a relationship as alive, as active, as vital as any other relationship. Then know that you are connected to the world and everything in it. Know that universal love, divine love, is real and you are an important part of it.
Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things. Cream-colored ponies and crisp apple strudels, doorbells and sleigh bells and schnitzel with noodles. Wild geese that fly with the moon on their wings. These are a few of my favorite things. A few of my favorite things. My favorite things. My favorite things. Girls in white dresses with blue satin sashes, snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes, silver white winters that melt into springs. These are a few of my favorite things. Few of my favorite things. Favorite
Thank you, Ginger. That sounded so much better than the original. To me. It's Thanksgiving weekend. It's still Thanksgiving weekend. Does it feel like it's still Thanksgiving weekend? It's still like Thanksgiving was forever ago, and things have just been going on and on and on and on. So it's Sunday of Thanksgiving weekend. It's also the 1st of December, so we are into the holiday season, and what we're talking about is 'tis the season. One of the things that I noticed is that it was really cold in Philadelphia this morning, and everybody kind of got a late start. Not everybody got a late start, because in addition to things running late, things were also working perfectly. So this was a wonderful lesson for me. We got to the Falzer Club at 9 o'clock, which is our usual check-in time, and Nathaniel and I both arrived at the same time, and the door code worked. This is, now, why should that be astounding? That's the first time in probably 18 months that the door code has worked without us having to chase down how to get into the club. So it just worked. We brought the stuff in, we started setting up, everything was going casually. We have Benjamin, who's producing the Zoom remotely. He was on time early, and he and Nate got the technology working. Everything worked. Ginger was a half an hour behind schedule. Breen was 15 or 20 minutes behind schedule. There were people who were showing up much later than usual, and I wasn't going crazy. It's a miracle. And then I was reminded, oh, wait, I'm taking an 8-month-long course and a leadership program with Martha Creek, my friend Martha Creek, and one of the books that we're reading is Letting Go by Dr. David Hawken. And it's about not being completely consumed by the stuff that's going on, letting go of the emotional attachment, letting go of the circumstance, and allowing some space and making it work. And it's like, oh, I guess I'm actually doing that. So there was plenty of time this morning. Everything got taken care of. Everything fit together perfectly. Everybody is here. Wonderful group in person and on Zoom, and it's all working, and I'm grateful, and ho, 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 that's a season for me. So when somebody says, 'tis the season, what do you think of? To be jolly. And what if I want to be jolly? Well, you don't have to be jolly. That's just a saying. 'Tis the season for something. So it's the holiday season. And holiday season means different things to different people. For some people, it means the Christmas decorations go up before Halloween. For other people, it means it's time to go shopping. It's time for lights. It's time for eggnog. It's time for other things that define the holidays for you. And it's the possibility that this gets to be the same old holiday season that we've had all the time. And that's okay. If we enjoy the holiday season that we have, the rich traditions, the way that we get to connect with people because it's this time of year, then great. But holidays actually came from the notion of holy days. So there's also the invitation to examine and invite and experience our spiritual nature during these holy days. So, anybody ever heard of seasonal affective disorder? Yeah, there you go. That's where people get emotionally low during the darker months of the year. And actually, that's the one where the acronym is perfect for the disorder because it's SAD. And when somebody's dealing with seasonal affective disorder, it's SAD. And the way that you deal with seasonal affective disorder is with lights. The best way is to get a special light that shines on you, and then it reduces that. Have you noticed that there's lots of decorations with lights this time of year? Yeah. Okay, 'tis the season. So maybe there was something going on with seasonal affective disorder before there was a name for it, and people were dealing with it by putting up lights anyway. And it's not just the practicality that it's much easier to enjoy the lights when it's dark at this time of year than it is for the 4th of July when you'd have to stay up until 11 o'clock at night to appreciate the lights. So maybe there's something holy in there for you. Maybe there is a reminder when you see the lights, it's not just, oh, that's something that's going to help me deal with a medical, psychological issue. Maybe there's something spiritual, something holy about that, about being able to see the lights, about being surrounded by the lights, and find joy in the lights. Now, some of my neighbors have lovely displays of holiday lights around their house. It's festive and it's charming and it's great, and they've got little kids. And Other people, it's like they went out of their way to see who could be the most garish. There are some over-the-top decorations in my neighborhood. And it's possible to be judgmental about that. And it's also possible to say, they're doing their thing. I can enjoy the lights at the house next to theirs and move on. Visually just move on. Maybe 'tis the season for shopping. Anybody hear that it was Black Friday a couple days ago? And Small Business Saturday yesterday? And take a day off for church? I don't know if today has a name for it, but tomorrow is Cyber Monday, and then Tuesday is Giving Tuesday. And it's a whole bunch of opportunities for there to be a celebration of giving and receiving, or ways for merchants to get into our wallets. It's, whatever is going on, if you want to participate in that, if that fills you, if that feeds you, if that makes you, be uplifted, then you can do that. My wife went to Cole's on Black Friday. She said, "You want to go?" And I said, "Under no circumstances." When I think of all the things that I could do that would be fun on the day after Thanksgiving, that didn't even come close to the list. She went. It's exactly what she needed. So what 'tis your season? 'Tis the season for what for you? Because you don't need to let somebody else describe it or define it or explain it or have it. We can have eggnog. We can have holiday cookies. We can have all of the festive things of the season that we've always had. We can put up the lights, and we put up the Christmas tree, or put out the Hanukkah candles, do whatever it is that we do to celebrate the season. Or we can do something different. And we can do something different. It is possible to go through the same motions and have a different personal experience. So here's my challenge to you. What you gonna do to make it holy, to make the holy days holy? To take this holiday season and make it as good as anyone in the past has ever been, and even better. So you can do the shopping and the buying. You can do the giving and the getting. You can do the wrapping and the cooking. And you can do it because those are the activities that you're involved in on a regular basis, or you can do exactly those same things and bring something different to it. What happens if I say a practical prayer before I start the wrapping or the shopping or the cooking? What happens if I set the intention for this to be an expression of love, a divine opportunity for creativity to unfold itself in a new and different way? We know what happens when you do that. You're cooking the same thing that you've always been cooking, or baking the same cookies you've always been baking, and something occurs to you after you do the prayer, let me try this. And then it's like, this is the best ever. Well, that's what happens when we partner with the infant. That's what happens when we allow ourselves to get bigger than what we've been before and invite in something different. It is possible that that old recipe could become something transformed and new, and it might be just a little something. It could be an accident. Oh, I let that cook longer than I usually do, and it simmered down, and it was great. Everybody who came over said, "This is the best I've ever had." And don't set the intention for I'm going to make the best X, Y, or Z that I've ever made, or this, I'm going to do the best shopping that I've ever done. Because that's simple. Take it a step beyond. Imagine what the best possible outcome is going to be. What do you want to feel? What do you want the people who you're engaging with and connecting with to feel when this thing has run its course? Connect in with the feeling. I want to feel that love and connection. I want to feel that support. I want to feel that family harmony. I want to feel that connection with my colleagues. I want to feel that feeling of successfully completing this project, of sharing this gift of a painting or an eggnog or a trip to the Coles. How do you want to feel as all of that comes together? And I don't want to spoil a surprise for anybody, but at the end of 'Tis the Season is going to be the big ball dropping thing, and then all of the personal self-recrimination. Oh, I'm sorry, the New Year's resolutions. That's what we call that one. And if you love New Year's resolutions, if you love getting to that part of the year and say, okay, I get a new calendar, it starts off at 1/1 again, and I get to make something brand new, great. And if you're the sort of person who gets to New Year's and says, oh my God, I've had too much of this and too much of that and not enough of this and not enough of that, and I'm going to define my life by what I've had too much of or not enough of, and I'm going to try and get myself back into balance, then that's a clue. It's 12/1 today. Maybe do something different for the next month. Maybe set yourself up to be in that place of harmony and balance. Get a running start on your New Year's resolution. Set the intention now for how you want to feel on the first of the year, and how you want to feel when we get to spring, how you want to feel when we get to summer. What is it that you're inviting in? If this were the best, if this season were the best ever, what would that be for you? How would that feel for you? How would that look for you? And if there's something that you've always done, and you reflect upon it and say, you know, that really doesn't work for me, stop. Don't do that anymore. Do something different. And if there's something that you've always done and your family has always done together and you've always done with your family, and they say, let's do that thing again, and you say, that doesn't really work for me anymore. That's okay. That's okay. There's a word for that. Anybody know the word for that? Growth. Growth is where you don't do the same thing that you've always done. And it's also gift-giving season. The number of people I hear say, oh, I have to go buy for people. It's like, well, you could buy for people. Or you could do for people. Or you could be for people. I want you to think for a second, what's the best gift you've ever gotten? There might be a bunch of them. There might be a series of them. There might be some person who just always gives the best gifts. Well, what are they? But more importantly, how's that feel? And how does that land on you when it happens? Even better question, what's the best gift you've ever given? Because you know the feeling when you give somebody a gift and it connects. It's like there's that, ooh, that tingle. This is great. Because it's so deeply appreciated. It's such a perfect fit for the person you're giving the gift to. It's not that you went out and this was on sale and I figured it'd be nice for you. It's perfect. It's somebody who puts on the scarf and says, that just completes my outfit. I feel so great wearing this. Thank you so much. I was thinking about what are the best gifts that I've ever received. Because when I'm putting these talks together, I actually like to do the exercise. It's just not about thinking up stuff for you guys to do and then waiting. This is not a hand grenade exercise where I pull it out and then throw it away. It's like I do it myself. When I was 10, my parents, for years and years, they met at a ski area. They were fanatic skiers. And their big trip every year was to go to Europe skiing, because they could ski powder slopes in the Alps and in Austria and things like that. And they would go for a week or so and have a great time. My father's a great photographer, would come back with slides, and it was, you know, the slide stories. And there's a stocking stuffer. The year that I was 10, both my brother and I got the same stocking stuffer. In our family, you know, we tore open the presents and had the stuff and played, and second thought we would go see what's in the stocking. And each of us got an airplane ticket because we got invited to go to Austria for 10 days of skiing. And that was the first time on powder snow. That time was the best gift ever. That was pretty spectacular. And then I was thinking later, what was the best gift? And there have been a bunch of them that have really resonated. And one that came to my mind, which really surprised me, is when my grandparents got married, a friend of theirs did a needlepoint for their wedding, you know, with their names and their wedding date and so forth. And then somebody else many years later did the same design for my parents. So they had those both in the dining room in the house where I grew up. And after Dina and I got married, a dear friend made one for us. And that's the sort of thing that was so thoughtful. There was such an awareness and a connection that Helga went and made this needlepoint for us because she knew that there was a lot of history behind that, and it'd be a wonderful thing. So the best gift that you've ever been given, the best gift that you've ever received, might be something as simple as a needlepoint that you put a bunch of time and effort and energy into. That's not a big thing to go out and shop for. The cool thing was that she got a frame that was the same kind of frame that the other two were in, which was awesome. And then there's the opportunity to give a gift, to be present for somebody, to understand what's going to connect and land with them. And I think one of the favorite gifts that I've ever given was, and I managed to do this twice, which was awesome. And it happened to be birthday gifts. So our daughter Victoria wanted a bicycle. And so for her birthday, we opened up the presents and did the stuff around the house, and it was all wonderful. And then I would casually say something like, oh, can you go back onto the deck and get my X, Y, or Z? And she would go out there, and there's a bicycle. It's like, she was, oh my God. And I managed to do this twice. Once when she was really little, and once when she was getting into her teen years. And just the second time was the best, because she knew, and she had no clue ahead of time that was what was going on. The bike had been parked there for an hour. And just the connection of, oh my goodness, here's this thing that I wanted, that they thought of, that they had for me, and it's a complete surprise for me. And the second time it was great because she knew that she had fallen for the same trick previously. So now it's turning into a family tradition. 'Tis the season to I'm not answering. Each of us gets to answer for ourselves. 'Tis the season to be that divine light of love that we are, to be that gift, to allow the goodness that we are to shine, to connect with people, to let the holidays be the holy days. And, oh yeah, since it is Thanksgiving weekend, remember that being thankful is the lubricant that makes it all work. Have a spectacular holiday season. Thank you so much. Though it is.
Thank you, Reverend Bill.
Candles in the window, shadows painting the ceiling, gazing at the fire glow, feeling that gingerbread feeling. Precious moments, special people, happy faces I can see somewhere in my memory. Christmas joys all around me, living in my memory. All of the music, all of the magic, all of the family home here with me.
Okay, I'm going to lead us in a little bit of a meditative practice here. So, Bill was talking about a lot of wonderful stuff. What really got me was holidays being holy days. And I kind of know what holy means, but I like to look things up. So, dictionary.com says that it's an adjective dedicated or consecrated to God or religious purpose, sacred. So that's what we're going to meditate on today is holy, and what that means for you. Not necessarily what it means for me, but what holy means to you. What does it mean to dedicate or consecrate to God, to spirit, to the divine, as we get into this holiday or holy day period. So I invite you to get comfortable where you are. If you can, sit with your feet flat on the floor, your back straight. Put your hands in your lap, palms up. Close your eyes or allow them to go to a soft focus. And just relax. And just be here now. Let go of any plans for later. Let go of any agitation for whatever got you to this point right now. If you were running late, if there was traffic, if the cat woke you up. Just be here now. We're going to take a series of 3 deep breaths. We're going to breathe in fully, fill our lungs, hold for just a minute, feel a little tension build, and then exhale and feel that tension just fade away and allow yourself to relax. Breathe in, hold, and exhale. Feel yourself relax. Again, breathe in fully. Hold and exhale. Feel yourself relax even more. Last one, breathe in deeply. Hold. Hold just a little while longer. Feel that tension. And exhale. Allow your breath to find a gentle, even pace. And allow your mind to settle on the awareness of that one God, Spirit, divine presence. Whatever that means for you as we enter into this time of the holy days and the holidays. Could be family traditions. Could be a favorite activity. Could be just taking time away and disconnecting. Taking a walk on a cold, starlit evening. Maybe it's peppermint bark and hot tea. Sitting by a warm fire. Maybe it's palm trees with Christmas lights. Allow Spirit to fill you. Just be in that holiness, infilling you, surrounding you. Take that holiness into the silence.
when we dedicate our time and our attention to what is sacred, to spirit, it obliterates the separation. We become connected. Connected to the source from which all good flows. I can't think of a better good or a more valuable feeling than that connection. That connection, that infusion with spirit, that flow of spirit into our lives is the basis of the good that we all seek. That good flows between each and every one of us. Physically, people that are here, people that are present, and flows outward and between those of us who join us on Zoom. That connection can't be broken. We can ignore it, but it's not really broken. So for all of that good that we receive from that connection, the fulfillment, the joy, the love, the harmony, the peace, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the degree, the volume of all of that we've created here today, that we continue to create, and that I know will flow outward through the rest of our lives. So for all of this, I'm grateful, and I'll claim it for everyone here. Breathe into that. Know that it is so. And so it is.
Christmas time is here, happiness and cheer, fun for all that children call the favorite time of year. Snowflakes in the air, carols everywhere. Olden times and ancient tribes of love and dreams to share. Sleigh bells in the air, beauty everywhere. Yuletide by the fireside and joyful memories there. Christmas time is here, we'll be drawing near. All that we could always see, such spirit through the year. All that we could always see, such spirit through the year. Sleigh bells in the air, beauty everywhere. Yuletide by the fireside and joyful memories there. Christmas time is here, we'll be drawing
Thank you, Ginger. Thank you, Joe and Breen. Thank you all. It's the part in the celebration where we get to give voice to whatever might have been coming up for us and share the wisdom that's come about. If you're on Zoom and you want to share, just go ahead and wave your hand or raise your digital hand. So I was listening to Ginger singing "Christmas Time is Here." It's like that's an example of "'Tis the Season." Is it time to go shopping, or is it time to notice that it's cold and dark so we can find a place that's warm and bright and feel ourselves be illuminated? So, Christmas time, is it about the Christian holiday of celebrating the birth of the baby Jesus? Or is it the more universal holiday of celebrating that divine light, that light of love that shines as everyone and everything? Oh, speaking of Jesus, go ahead.
Thank you, Rev. Thank you. Beautiful, beautiful talk. I went into the holies of holies when you mentioned Courtney and Bobby was there. It's wonderful. It's wonderful that they there celebrating together with us. I want to thank Bobby because she was real supportive in the practitioner class. Helped me out a lot. Gave me extra confidence in my journey. So thank you, Bobby. And thank you, Courtney. See y'all next time.
Yeah. So, and Jesus, 'tis the season for Jesus to drive people's cars down to Florida. So you're in Florida now, yes?
Yeah, I'm in Florida right now.
Okay. I was thinking about you when Breen mentioned palm trees with Christmas lights on them because that's your neighborhood now.
Yeah. I thought he was talking about me.
Oh, yeah. We're always talking about you, Jesus. Did you know that? There's only one.
That's right.
Ginger has something to share.
Really, I just want to say, Jesus, hi, I love you, I miss you. Every time Jesus comes on the screen, I feel like his higher self is behind him. Every time. It's so cool. His higher self is guardian over top of him. But other than that, thank you for the talk. And, this is the season where I'm always going out and spreading cheer and playing holiday music for people. And it has me thinking about what I can do differently other than, this is so bad, but I call it my Dead by Christmas tour every year. So I'm thinking about how I can change that verbiage, because I feel like I'm just working and doing all these holiday parties and Christmas tree lightings and this and that, and I cram in my holiday shopping, and how can I reapproach this? And it's not Dead by Christmas, and be a little bit more present while I'm in it. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. So you've got children, so perhaps it could be tuition by Christmas.
Tuition by Christmas, yeah, right?
Anything is possible. Christine Joy, speaking of practitioner classes.
Thank you guys, everybody. That's a beautiful celebration. You guys are like some of the coolest people I know. I've been getting ready for the holidays, which means like me moving stuff around, and me being a Taurus, that's just my nature. So, I was thinking about this morning and being with everybody, and so I pulled out a couple of things. It just inspired me because of Rev's class coming up. Not sure if you've heard this. It's short. It is a practical prayer. It's called The Legend of the Candy Cane. So look at the candy cane. What do you see? Stripes that are red, like the blood shed for me. White is for my Savior, who's sinless, S-I-N, meaning roots, meaning ourselves. White is for my Savior, who's sinless is pure. J is for Jesus, my Lord. That's for sure. Turn it around, and his staff you will see. Jesus, my shepherd. was born for me. I love that. And then you can't see this. Anyway, I'm holding, I love one of my New Thought treasures. I don't know if anybody knows Scott DeMarco. I don't. But he wrote "'Twas the Night Before New Thought." It's so cool. Got a smiley on it. I love it. I just wanted to share that with you, y'all. Thank you.
Thank you, Christine. Thank you all. Breen, would you care to share the offering?
Oh, there it is too. I'm off book, I think, on this. New Thought Philadelphia is all about spreading the love. Our community is supported by your contributions. The gift you share helps fund our work in the world, and the way you shine helps your light, it spreads the love. We do have a basket in the room, and we've got a donate button on the website for all you kids out there in Zoom land. You can make a donation by Zelle, Cash App, credit card, PayPal, Venmo, or if you'd like, you can mail a check to our office in Ardmore, because we are grateful for every way that you share. The offering affirmation is on the screen. You can come off mute, and we'll say the affirmation together. I live in an abundant universe. I am one with the infinite source of all good. I am a center of conscious prosperity. I enjoy the richness of life. I share my gift with gratitude and joy. I know that as I give, I do receive. And so it is. Woohoo!
Thank you so much. Thank you all so much. And yeah, Ginger, one more for us.
We're going to sing Angels We Have Heard on High. If you'd like to sing with me, please do. Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strains. Gloria in excelsis Deo. In excelsis Deo. Shepherds, why this jubilee? Why your joyous strains prolong? What the gladsome tidings be, which inspire your heavenly song? Gloria in excelsis Deo. In excelsis Deo. Come to Bethlehem and see him whose birth the angels sing. Come adore on bended knee Christ the Lord our newborn King. In excelsis Deo. In excelsis Deo.
Thank you, Ginger. Thank you all. We're going to close with another cacophony. So if you're in the room, go ahead and stand up. Take the hand of the person next to you. If you want to form a circle, we can do that. I need to stay in front of the microphone just because we like to play along with the folks who are on the Zoom. Folks who are on Zoom, you can go ahead and come off mute. And circle on up here. Repeat after me. I am love.
I am love.
I am light.
I am light.
I am the Christ light.
I
am
am
the
the
Christ light.
Christ
I
light.
am the holiday light.
I
am
am
the
the
holiday
holiday
light, the
light.
I
holy
let
light.
it shine.
I
I
let
let
it
it
And so
shine.
shine.
it is.
So
So
it
it
is.
is. Thank you.
This season. Thank you, Zoomies.
Thank you. You guys have a great day.
Thank you, Benjamin. Thank you, Nathaniel.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
I'll see you later. Catch up with you later, Benjamin.
Okay.
Take care.
Yeah.